There are standards for comfort that have been set. The one that is referenced most in the United States is ASHRAE Standard 55, and it provides guidelines and ways to measure thermal comfort with respect to human occupancy. There are two international standards that are very similar to the ASHRAE standard. ISO 7726 discusses instruments for measuring physical quantities, and ISO 7730 utilizes statistical means to determine what's comfortable and what's not. The literature presents detailed information on why building occupants complain about thermal conditions in a building. Air temperature and humidity, as you might imagine, is high on the list, but there's a great deal more. Radiant temperature surfaces such as walls and ceilings, too hot, too cold, cause complaints, as well as floor temperature. Virtually every location in a building may be cause for thermal complaint. Vertical temperature differences and drafts causing convective heat transfer add to the list. Secondary factors include daily and seasonal change in temperature and humidity. The age of the occupant plays a role, and even the adaptability of individuals to change. So it all boils down to these 6 factors that affect thermal comfort: air temperature and humidity, radiant temperature or temperature of surfaces, the occupant's personal metabolic rate, the amount of or lack of clothing insulation worn by occupants, and the rate of airspeed as it flows across body surfaces. What this somewhat complex psychometric chart shows is the human comfort range, when temperature and humidity are the main considerations. Most people are comfortable in winter when the temperature ranges from 68 degrees to 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and the relative humidity is between 60% and 30%. In summer, people feel comfortable in temperatures ranging between 74 and 80 degrees, and when the relative humidity is between 60% and 30%. Now, of course, physical activity and corresponding metabolic rates have an impact on comfort. Metabolic rate is measured in MET units, and as you see, the range can be from less than 1 MET up to 3 MET depending on activity level. The last factor we'll look at in the area of thermal comfort is clothing. ASHRAE Standard 55 deals with the insulating values of clothing, measured in clo units. So thermal comfort has a number of components, including ambient temperature and humidity, radiant heat, metabolic rate, and clothing.